Hello, hello, hello. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you're watching me from. How are you guys doing? How is your Saturday going? Welcome to Yo Saturday Live. Thank you, amazing people, for joining me today. Let me do the foremost, okay? Let me make sure I can hear myself loud and clear. Let's do sound check. All right. Come on, come on, come on. For some reason, this thing is still not updating that I'm live. Okay. Okay, I got it now. So I want to believe I'm live and loud and clear. I want to believe you can hear me okay. How are you guys doing? Welcome to my live stream. Thank you all for joining me today. It's going to be an interesting conversation. So welcome to my live. Thank you for being here. We have a lot to discuss. We have a lot to brainstorm. We have a lot of things to share, learn, unlearn, and relearn. We have all of those today. I don't know if my face is bright enough. Otherwise, I'm going to pull up my curtains. I'm streaming from home today. Yay! I'm so happy that I'm not streaming from the car. Okay, so let me be sure I can hear myself. Okay, let me make sure. Yeah, I can hear myself. Okay. So, there is a story going on right now on social media about a popular Nigerian singer, an international artist of repute, Davido, and his ex. And it sounded very much like Mr. Korra Obidi. So I want us to look at those together vis-a-vis Mr. Korra Obidi not letting Korra go, and vis-a-vis Sophia, ex to Davido, not wanting to let Davido go. Davido is officially married. He got married last year, late last year, and finalized the whole thing with a traditional marriage this year. And since the news of the marriage, Davido's ex has been dropping a lot of things on social media. It's always social media. It's always social media they come to call they are used to be sweethearts, lovers out. It's always social media. Nobody thinks about, okay, how about family units? Let's talk it over in the family unit. If it's not working, let's seek redress in the court of law. No, they will not do that. They will take the social media to call out these people. And on this particular case, Davido's baby mama, she's been dropping a lot of nuggets to let you know what has been happening between her and the singer. And 3 weeks ago, the singer, through his attorney, petitioned the court that he wants to get 50-50 custody of their child, 50-50 custody of their daughter, their 9-year-old. And that did not go well with Davido, with Sophia, because of all the, you know, all the things Davido was asking the court. It did not go well with Sophia. And remember, he who alleges must prove, and he who petitions, there is always what? A counter petition. You've already petitioned, the person has the legal right to counter your petition. I said it before, it's not the first person that runs to the court that wins the case. You can run to court. If your case does not fit in, you might end up losing the case. So in this case, Davido sought for the court to help them intervene in this case, because as far as Davido was concerned, it was getting too much and there is no end to it. So he petitioned the court and petitioned the woman in court. And the woman now counter petition, answering all the things Davido sought from the court, responding to all of them in her, how many was it? 80 something pages affidavit with all the evidences as exhibits, which has now come on social media, including chat messages, the love text messages, including chat messages between Davido's father and the lady Sophia. I do have a lot of questions to ask. So if you're ready to answer my question, please get ready in the comment section. And once again, welcome to Yo Saturday Live. Thank you for joining me here. If you know me already, my name is Oyoyo. And if you're meeting me for the first time, my name is Oyoyo, as simply displayed on the screen. So as you come in, don't forget to like this video, don't forget to share, and don't forget to invite your friends. And if you're watching me from Facebook, do the same. Like, share, invite your friends. So what am I talking about today? I'm doing vis-a-vis Mr. Korra Obidi and Sophia. Sophia, Davido moved on, and in terms of Korra's own, Korra moved on. But are they still dragging each other? Davido is being dragged by the ex. Korra is being dragged by the ex. So you can understand when I say, is Davido's ex and Mr. Korra Obidi using their kids as bait? You understand, we'll get there. And on my thumbnail, I believe my thumbnail says, Mr. Korra Obidi and Sophia can't move on from their ex. Is that not obvious now? Let me give a preamble to who these people are, and then I will come back to Korra. Sophia and Davido met years ago, and then at the time Davido was 22 years of age. Madam Sophia was 26 years of age. And you all know one thing led to the other, a child came. Beautiful daughter. They both embraced. Initially, it was tug of war. I don't want to go into telling us, but I think sometimes details are good. Um, it was all rumored, and also no longer, it wasn't a rumor. Davido wanted to take the child to US, and Sophia was not included into the picture and all of that until Dele Momodu, the publisher of the Vision magazine, stepped in because Sophia is Dele Momodu's cousin. So Dele Momodu stepped in. That was when the whole narrative started changing and they started listening to Sophia and all of that. Davido, as a young man, the family took responsibility. They are going to take care of the child and what have you. Guys, give me a second. I'm getting a very important call. Just 1 second. Don't go away. Sorry about that, guys. Sorry about that. All right, so my daughter is trying to reach me. So if you see me look down, I'm looking at my phone because we're exchanging texts. Okay, so when Dele Momodu stepped in, a lot of things changed in favor of Sophia. Their delicate started listening to Sophia and getting her into the picture. Initially, it was said that Sophia was not a good mom because she was a crackhead, da 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 da. But eventually, she came clean. She came clean and took responsibility of raising her child. And since that time, according to all the details they let out, Davido's father stepped in and they took responsibility of taking care of the baby up until their recent problem. And their recent problem started happening seriously when Davido now officially married her lover or her partner, married his lover, his partner, his girlfriend. When Davido officially married Chioma, that made news last week, that was when a lot of things started happening on Sophia's side. She started letting a lot of information out, saying Davido hasn't been caring for the daughter, blah 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 blah, the whole 9 yards. And when Davido petitioned, let me sit well, guys. Okay. I feel better now, so I can relax my back. So when Davido petitioned petitioned Sophia asking for um 50-50 custody. When I saw that, I said 50-50 custody. Anyway, let's see how it's going to go. And then he made mention in that petition everything he has been doing for the daughter. He pays tuition, he pays $5 million and 5 million naira upkeep, he pays the rent and all of that. By the time the counter petition came out, it was a bombshell. This lady, Sophia, left no stone unturned. She revealed the information, which is evidence in court, is an exhibit of how Davido's father intervened in taking care of the responsibility that Davido, you know, wasn't catching up with, wasn't paying tuition, wasn't supporting. There are so many questions to ask here. And I want to also say here, so the target wasn't just, I made a mistake of getting pregnant for my boyfriend of 22 years when you were 26. At least you should know better. In terms of who took advantage of the other, let's look at it age wise. Who took advantage of the other? You should be the one that will tell me the answer in the comment section. However, that was not enough. Since after this child, has Sophia moved an inch away from Davido? No. Has she moved on? No. If Davido comes calling, was she willing to succumb? Yes. Okay, let's get back to Mr. Korra Obidi. Mr. Korra Obidi came on social media and told the whole world, I'm divorcing Korra. Filed for divorce, he did not. Eventually, Korra took the courage and filed for divorce. The moment Korra filed for divorce, this guy went on talking every kinds of things about Korra, how Korra did this, did that, that. You all know the whole 9 years because I've been talking about Korra here in this channel, on my page. If you want to catch up, this is weekend, binge on and catch up, okay? Now, even for Korra's case, they finally got divorced, fully, legally divorced. You would think after getting legally divorced, getting your 50-50 custody, which is the premium custody, a parent could get when there is a divorce issue. At least you have access to your children as much as your spouse, your ex-partner, right? You both have equal access to the children. But that was not enough, okay? That was not enough. Kamni, do not put a number on my comment section next time, okay? If you do that again, I'm gonna block you. All right. So when that happened, you would think, okay, fine, the guy has finally moved on. But that divorce was over 2 years ago, and we are still on it. We are still talking about it because the guy has refused to move on away from the ex. Likewise, Sophia. Sophia, you got pregnant for your boyfriend. The guy said he can marry you. Not only are you, about, well, I say 6 or 5 years older than him, the family did not approve of anything like that in terms of marriage. Davido said he's not marrying, but because you now have a daughter, your child is now kind of sponsoring everything and all of that. You're getting money from Davido and their daily case because of the child. Fine. I understand a man taking care of the responsibilities of a child we brought to this world. Fantastic. But the thing is this. How about other baby mamas? Are they creating this kind of fiasco that Sophia is creating? Davido has 6 children. Okay, 5 now because one, or maybe there are 6 now because he just had twins. Okay, and he only has 2 with his legal wife. The other 4 children are all scattered over the place, right? Other 4 or 3 children with other women. Guys, I'm getting a call. Just 1 second, okay? Give me one. Was never there. Davido's cousins came around and all of that. Davido right now is a fully married man. That is number 1 priority. His immediate family. If you want your child to be spending Christmas like every other child Davido has, they should also matter. Not just your child. Davido's other babies from other baby mamas should matter too. If you're demanding every birthday, every Christmas, I made a video about Davido. Was it a year ago or 2 years ago? I said Davido is now all over the world. He's a global man. From birthday in London to birthday in America, birthday in Nigeria, birthday to another place in America, because the baby mamas are scattered all over the place. It's not a life that a man could be able to meet up with. Let's be honest. But the thing is, Davido is not your husband. He's your baby daddy. And the responsibility is solely on the baby. How to make sure the child is well taken care of. That's what this lady should be going for. And to come and mention the child that passed, to me, that's too low of Sophia. You don't remind a grieving mother. You don't wake up that grief. You don't wake up the pain. They still to tomorrow will mourn this child. It's for a lifetime. They will always remember him. If they see the picture they took together with him, that is a constant reminder that this child is no longer. Why also put that in your petition? Because of Davido's negligence and carelessness, the son passed. So you're not comfortable him taking over your child because you don't want anything like that to happen to your child. That is the lowest of it all, guys. I've never seen a thing like that. Nobody determines when to say goodbye to this world. We don't know when our ends will be. People that woke up this morning, some of them hit the road and they had accident. Some people did not wake up from sleep. Did they know it was going to happen? No. For the fact that a man lost his child in his home due to a poor accident, that does not give you the right to say because that happened is the man's negligence and you don't want that to happen to your own child. It's still from the business of his performance that he's going. At the time this happened, Davido was in Ibadan on a music tour when the child passed. He had to cancel whatever he was doing and go back to Lagos. So he's getting the money, paying your daughter's tuition, paying part of your apartment fee, and also pays monthly upkeep for your daughter. So you now expect Davido not to work again because they have a child. Make it make sense. Davido has a nanny that her only responsibility was to take care of this child so that he can be able to you know, at least provide for his family. So this lady putting that in her counter petition, I feel so bad. I still do. When I read that, I said, no, 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 no. This is wrong. Who advised her? Which attorney did she listen to? You don't bring somebody's pain, especially the loss of a child, as a constant reminder to that person. They know. They miss him. They feel the vacuum. They feel his absence. Why making it obvious that because of negligence, you don't want that to happen to your own child, so you're not accepting any shared custody of your child? Look at what happened. You guys know Davido's response. I only wanted to have custody of my children, at least 50-50, at least be a presence in my daughter's life. But since it has come to this, you can keep the child. You don't want Davido to at least invite the child, especially now that Davido is married. If you read that her counter claim, you just say, no, this is too petty. So this lady, even at her 37 years of age, she did not get some wisdom. You can't keep following a boy that you gave 6 years gap and then trying to control his life because the relationship did not go well. There are many relationships that did not go well. Did people move on? Yes. And to think about, there are other children of Davido out there. If all of the baby mamas start making this kind of demand that you must spend Christmas with my child, where do you guys think that Christmas will be happening? It will be happening in Davido with all the children, excluding all the baby mamas, because Davido has a wife. They will not be invited for that Christmas celebration. If you want the child to have the father during Christmas, be ready to spend it alone. Because what it means is that you're going to drop off your child at Davido's place so that she can spend the Christmas with the father, not with you. And likewise, other children of Davido, all of them coming together to spend Christmas with their father. I don't know who advised this lady because she did not make absolute sense to me in some of the things she put out on social media. Davido missed one birthday. Maybe, I don't know the reason why they missed birthday, but have you put into place other children of Davido? Have you? This is a man that is taking care of your child. Taking care of the child. You guys, give me 1 second. I'm getting another call. Sorry, guys, my daughter. It's my daughter. I needed to take that call. All right, let me read further comments. Okay. Um, she thought she would choose her if she continues to give him Bekus, hence why she stopped giving him in hopes that he would give in. Sincerely speaking, I don't know when this girl is going to get it. It's not a girl. When this lady is going to get it, she's 37, she's not a child. She should know better. But unfortunately, because of fame, money, people don't think anymore. Hi Joe, how are you? Welcome, welcome. Thank you for joining me today. Ogena says Sophia is another Mr. Korra Obidi. Money is always the bone of contention. Exactly. That's why I'm merging their story together. To sincerely speaking, Sophia is sounding just like Mr. Korra Obidi. It's all about money, money, money. If Davido were to be a ShopRite worker, somebody who works at ShopRite, will we be talking about Davido now? Because the ShopRite guys cannot even provide accommodation for of 1 million. You can't even provide 1 million monthly care. But because Davido has a name, fame, that's why Davido's name is always ringing bell on Sophia's lips. So the child has now turned to a bait to get the attention of the world. How would the child feel when she's old enough to know, oh, my mother and my father, they really fought so badly on social media? They really did. Just like Mr. Korobidi. Send, okay, we want to send picture. If you want to, according to Madam Longmouth, yes, join the Patreon account. That's where we are raising funds for Mr. Korobidi, and we share the children's picture in the Patreon account. Think about it. Yeah, I videoed Mr. Kora's children, and I got permission to share the picture and the video to the women in the WhatsApp group because they were gifting, they were the ones raising funds for him. Are the children now bait for these people? Are they using the children as a cash things to get cash? Are they now their cash, their financial escape route? I need to know because it's not making sense. This child was, I think she's 9 years old. So that relationship happened 10 years ago. But the girl did not move an inch. She was still hoping, thinking, okay, it didn't work out with Chima. Chima went away. Davido will come back to me. After all, I know how to handle him and things like that. And they continued to get intimate. I don't know what was the aim. If this guy had wanted to marry you, he would have married you a long time. But the guy was never interested in making you his wife. But you kept on giving him what you have. Sometimes it's not enough to keep a man. Whether your Bekus is the juiciest of them all, is not enough. Sometimes it's not enough. If a man said, I'm not doing this, let him go. The one that will cherish you will come. Let that one that is not seeing you as his wife, let him go. Anyway, Chama Mama Okoli, who is that? Who is Chama? Okay, you were tagging them. Okay. I read somewhere that she chose to rent when he offered to buy him. Yes, she chose to rent. The reason why she said she wanted to rent is because she didn't want the video to have full access to the home, which I can understand. But the thing is that what are you also bringing to the table? The child belonged to both of you, not just him. And when they posted her rental fee of 23 million apartment in Banana Island, rent 23 million. If that lady has been living in that house for 5 years, if that lady had built her own house in Lagos, in good area in Lagos, she would have been using that money to add to the business. But to rent and pay somebody 23 million, there is no economic sense to it. What stops you from owning your place? What stops you? At least you stop paying rent. You stop paying rent. So you can see the lavish lifestyle she wants to enjoy. And because what? The fame, because of what? Davido. If she had gotten pregnant for a struggling guy in the streets of Lagos, nobody would have heard a thing about it. And then why is Mr. Korra Obidi doing the same thing? The children are now bait. That's the way I look at it. Because Davido has another baby mama in London and one in the US. They have children for Davido. We are not hearing about these people dragging Davido because they realize, oh yeah, I got pregnant for this guy and I have a baby for this guy. He's taking care of the child. I have moved on. I have moved on. Why is it that difficult for people to move on after a failed relationship? If you have anything to say, let me know. If you want me to drop the link, I will drop the link because I need all of us to chook mouth in this conversation. Camera, I'm gonna block you. Don't ever you drop your WhatsApp number on my live stream. You're blocked. So you never have access to this live stream again. Don't you ever, when I mean ever, I'm gonna block you. It's not letting me block you on StreamYard, but I'm going to block you now. Don't you ever come to my page and drop your WhatsApp link. Okay? I will not tolerate that. Where is that number? I will not accept that. Don't you ever do that again. Davido wasn't 19 when that happened. Davido was 22 if the child is 9 years old. Hi, host. Thank you so much for joining today. Welcome, Entertainment's Daily. All right. Chi Baby said, and Nauma, you said it all. Oh, thank you so much, Chi Baby. Chama Maokoli, thank you for joining me today. All of you coming from Facebook, thank you guys for joining me. Sophia is infatuated with Davido and jealous of Chama. Exactly. That's what she wanted to be, Mrs. Adeleke, by every means necessary, but it did not happen. Madam, move on, because you know what? She might end up being a very sad, angry black woman. Because at some point, this child will grow up. She might want to have a relationship with the father, and she might decide to spend more time with the father. Well, then what becomes of you? Think about it. They're not going to be children, for a long time. They are not. It's not that if you don't married you and then abandon. No, you guys had something and it didn't work out. Raise your child with some love and stop coming on social media. I kept on saying it. I got some of the things Mr. Dele Momudu said, and that's what made me come for this live stream, because I love how he intervened. I knew when that happened. I followed the story, and I love what he did, intercepting them at the airport, making sure they did not fly without the mother of the child. I appreciate that a lot. That's what it means to have an uncle who is also connected. Because you're rich doesn't mean you should oppress the poor. So I love that. But after this guy said, I'm not going to marry this lady. I'm too young to marry. 22, I don't want to marry at 22. The girl could have moved on, but no. She kept on being in relationship with Davido, kept on servicing Davido. For what? For what? Anyway, now that Davido is officially married, she started a smear campaign against him, leaking private chat on social media just to prove a stupid point. Exactly, it does not make sense. I keep saying it, and I'm going to read what Dele Momudo said. I had it here. I'm going to read the one that related to what let me start from somewhere, please. It's just a lengthy one. During the reference video call, we were very excited about the upcoming. Okay, no, that one is too far off. It's too far off. Let me see. Oh my God, the statement is too long. Maybe I'll just go and start it from the beginning so we can all read it together. I think that's what I'm going to do. Give me a second, guys. Let me start it from the beginning, okay? For you guys to understand that everybody is telling them not on social media, not on social media. And that's what I've been preaching here. If you have a relationship problem with your boyfriend, your husband, your ex, or whatever the situation is, do not come on social media to talk about it. It doesn't end well. Let me get some, maybe I should drink a Coke today. I'm feeling somehow. Let me get a drink, guys. Give me 1 second. All right, guys. Sorry about that. Okay. So let me get some good old Coke. Okay. Yeah. Before you guys be wondering what I'm drinking, some good old Coke. Let's see if I can get some, because I'm still feeling like going back to sleep. Okay. Refreshing. All right. Christine, thank you for joining me today. And let me read comments, catch up, then we'll go back to what Dede Mamudu. And if you want me to drop the comment, this is Saturday, so let's feel more relaxed. If you want me to drop the link, let me know in the comment section so I can drop the link. All right. Christino said, it's because our entitlement in Nigeria is just something else. If you were white people, both parties would have moved on, but instead, my country. No, no, no. Mr. Korra Obidi hasn't moved on. You know, Yibo Ibi now. He hasn't moved on. That's why his name is on my title. Bitter exes, whether white or whether black or whether green or whether yellow, whether pink, they hardly move on. Bitter exes, they hardly move on. They ganged up to buy Ifan and thought if they buy him, Davido will stop marrying Chema, but their plan. No, I can't say that because to me that is fallacy. If you can't prove a thing, don't say it. I don't want to believe they ganged up because I'm not part of that information. I don't have the information. I don't have any facts to back it up, so I wouldn't say that. Jealousy and greed has taken over her soul. In addition of being too dramatic. Dramatic is an understatement. I've never seen a thing like this. For 9 years, you've been back and forth, back and forth. Why did she continue to service Davido? If you know service what I mean, why did she continue to service Davido? Was she thinking at some point Davido is going to say, yes, I do with her? Why did she continue to service Davido? If Sophia were to be a man and Davido a girl, the world would have looked at you took advantage of a younger person. But because Davido is a man is a man, whether you're older than the man or not. That's why they're not looking. But she took advantage of Davido. She took advantage of Davido. She got pregnant for this small 22-year-old and wanted to we're not even talking about a man in his 40s or a man in his 30s. He took advantage of Davido. She did. She took advantage of Davido. Got pregnant thinking I'm going to now marry him. No, it doesn't work that way. It doesn't. That's what I will look at it because if the roles were to reverse, Davido being a girl and Sophia being a man, that's how the world would have interpreted that in the first place. Hi, Joanne. Thank you for being here. Chema, thank you for joining me today. Okay, let's continue to read. The loss of a child to drowning in the parents' home is a great concern, and it's very important in the court of law, and the welfare of the child must be examined. Any mother would experience stress. I understand what you mean, but the way and manner which she put that in the comment section in her document, it is very bad. Saying it was their negligence, It is bad. It is bad. All right, let me read some of the comments. I need to catch up in case if anybody's asking me to drop a link. Okay, I've not seen drop a link. All right, let me read Ogina's comment. Ogina said 23 million for 9 years. 9 years amount to 207 million. Imagine what somebody has been paying on rent, which she should have bought her. She should have bought her a decent home, but no, she chose a celebrity lavish lifestyle for validation. Exactly. How could you be paying 23 million naira for rent 23 million naira for rent. If you had used those funds to build a very fine home in very good area in Lagos, you will be a landlord. You will not be dashing money to landlords. But no. And then when Davido now started paying 5 million out of the 23, she got mad. Because if I were in Davido's shoes and I offered you to live in our estate, you said no. Fine. If you're getting an apartment, I will tell you this is my own part of the contribution. I cannot pay you 20 million naira to go and rent a place. That is madness. That is madness. So when Davido now started paying 5 million for contributing 5 million for rent, she became mad. She wanted 20 million or she wanted what? I don't know, but she became mad. Let's read what Dele Momodu said. Dele Momodu is I think an uncle to Sophia. That's making Sophia his niece. Dele said, last night I received a distressing message from Mr. David Adeleke, aka Davido. He was obviously devastated by the counter affidavit submitted in court earlier in the day in response to his affidavit seeking a joint custody of his daughter with my niece, Sophia Momodu. I had seen Davido's affidavit about 2 weeks ago, and I was very surprised as Davido and I spoke on a video call days earlier with him and Pastor Toby. And he never told me he had any custody issues with my niece. So you can imagine, let me put it here. I hope I can see it well. So I'll still be looking at you guys. So you can imagine my confusion to find out via social media and subsequently confirmed by my niece that he has filed an action in court seeking joint custody of their daughter. During the reference video call, we were very excited about his forthcoming wedding ceremony, an event our family congratulated him about. Prior to this, David had told me he eventually spoke to their daughter after a long haul of about 2 years. So that means David recently spoke with the daughter. He was very happy and excited, so I thought everything was settled, and he and Sophia would now have the opportunity of taking maximum care of their daughter. I offer special thanks to David's father, Dr. Adeleke, for his kindness and support to our daughter during the period of David's absence. I had also taken Sophia and their daughter to my very dear friend, Dr. Ademola Adeleke, seeking his intervention. To the best of my knowledge, there was never a problem of joint custody. The issues were non-payment of school fees for several sessions, non-payment of accommodation and salaries of the nanny. There was no car dedicated to Davido's daughter. There was no car. That is Dele Momodu speaking. And is a better person to clear the air, because if Davido is fabricating story, Dele Momodu will confirm from what the niece and the grandniece is receiving. So this is a better person to listen to in this situation. There was no car dedicated to Davido's daughter, and so on. Mercifully, I mentioned all to Dr. Adeleke, and he responded positively like a true grandfather. On the issue of non-payment of school fees, David's father cleared everything and also set up payments for future bills. He gave his granddaughter a car to take her to school. The remaining issue was on the accommodation. They had an accommodation on how they could, both of them would cater for their child. But let me also say something here. Remember, this is not the first time Sophia is making reference to Davido's late child. She made reference to that a few months ago, and it didn't go well. And let us not also forget here. Maybe what he said when Ifeanyi passed did not go well with Davido. And maybe because Davido was still mourning, Davido decided to forget everything about that woman. It could be. I'm not in Davido's mind, but I'm just trying to imagine what could have led Davido to miss school fees of the daughter. It could be that he was angry with what a house as Sophia put out Ifani's situation when that happened. It could be. All right, let's continue. David's father verbally offered in his discussion with me one of their family apartments in Onuru Estate, Victoria Island. However, maybe due to miscommunication. So Dele Momodu continues to say, miscommunication. David's lawyer had communicated otherwise. After Sophie clarified from me, how do I drag this comment? Okay. After Sophie clarified from me, she politely declined the offer, and her reason was tenable in my view. Because since she's not married to David, she cannot be comfortable living in a place swarming with David's family members. I I I will also, subscribe to that. I wouldn't want to come and live in your family apartment because if I decide to laugh out loud, they will say I'm laughing out loud in my ex's apartment. I want my own. My own. Yeah. If I work hard, I can get my own and take care of my child. That's the mentality I have. I don't like over dependence on any man. Rather, if I'm for me to depend on you, I will feed you. Okay, that's my mentality. I don't want to say I am depending on, without you I cannot buy a sanitary towel, without you I cannot buy a good drink if I like to drink, without you I cannot take myself on vacation. That has never been my mentality. So I appreciated Sophia for saying no to that offer. If they wanted to do something, I would have gotten an apartment that I can afford without stressing myself financially. That is the way I will go. I wouldn't go and be paying somebody 23 million on rent. That makes no sense. No business sense. No economic sense. I'm going to say why I'm saying that. The rich men that you hear their names, the likes of Warren Buffett, is still living in a house he bought many years ago. Over since the 80s, that's the same house he's been living since the 80s. 80s, this is 2020, what, 24. You understand? So they don't throw away money to people like that. They take that money, invest it, and turn it around. All right, let's continue. Okay, so let me see where I stopped. Because since, okay, I've read that one. Then Delima Mood now continued to say she and her daughter had been living in Ikoyi before David and Sophia started their latest quarrel. Sophia's request was that David should pay half of the accommodation while she paid the other half. David said he could only contribute 5 million naira. That is wise of David. I will not support any man that will lavish 23 million naira on rent because you can't use your head to say, wait a minute, if I pay 23 million this year, by next year it will be 46 million, right? I can use that to buy a home, buy a land, and start building. So I support David for saying no, I can only contribute 5 million on rent because there are some good places in Lekki you can still get at 5 million. All right, that's my opinion. My opinion is that the absence of whatever between David and Sophia has caused this delicable. I have cautioned repeatedly that their daughter must not be allowed to suffer or be treated like a second-class child. David's global status makes this imperative. Sophia allowed David access to the daughter, provided she has her nanny around 24 hours, 7 times 247. That's what he wrote. The 9-year-old herself made this request, and I believe this should be favorable, considered, and accepted. My grandniece has been released to go out with her cousins on several occasions. The governor's daughter, Nike, was at Sophia's house with the governor's grandson last Christmas. Despite the fact there wasn't ample notice and she still granted access. 2 months ago, the governor's son, Shina Rambo, requested a play date between the kids, and Sophia rented out a children's place in VI for them to spend hours together. The only time she couldn't join her family, her father's family, was when the grandfather requested to go on vacation with her for 3 weeks last year. As the notice was too short, Sophia had already paid for their own trip due to lack of communication between the parents. The court yesterday referred the case as possible settlement for alternative dispute resolution. Yes, I've advocated for that in my videos in the past, not basically for these people. You can go for mediation and see how you can resolve your problem. If you do family settlement, if it doesn't work, you can go for ADR, which is alternative dispute mediation, basically, to see if you can settle. If mediation is not working, then you go to court. That's my way, my approach. Family and professionals, that's where you have intervention of professional through mediation. If that doesn't work, go to court and get final settlement. Don't ever come on social media. It doesn't pay. Ask Mr. Korra how is happening to him. Mr. Korra Obidi right now is not finding it funny. He brought it on social media. He doesn't know how to end it. He's benefiting from it because controversy sells, and what he kept on dragging the ex that he had been fully divorced from. Just like Sophia, every day one thing. You went and put your hand where you cannot afford rent. And when David said, I can't pay half of 23 million, you got mad. He could only pay 5 million. And I support David for saying, I can only afford 5 million. All right, let's continue to finish this quickly. ADA session of the court during the settlement week, and I strongly advise that David and Sophia engage truly with the process as opposed to making harmful and irreversible statements on social media. Harmful and irreversible, because whatever you put on social media, it stays there permanently. When I mean permanently, you might delete it from your page, but it's being carried by Linda Ikeji, by Gist Lover, by any blog. So it stays there. And now that I'm talking about it, if you come 5 years from now to Yo-Yo's World, you will still see Sophia and Davido. Here is on the internet. So to avoid making, according to Daily Momodo, irreversible statements, something you can't take back. You can't take back those statements. To avoid making them, find another means to settle. Go seek professional help. Go for mediation. If that doesn't work, then go to court and settle. Don't ever come on social media. I keep saying it. And now someone else is also, saying the same thing. So let me continue to read that quickly. Then we'll get back to our conversation, which not only violate the law, but the interest of the child. I have in the past 9 years tried my best to ensure amicable resolution of disputes and encourage both parents to have a poor structure put in to have a proper structure put in place for the welfare of their daughter. It is important to know that Sophia did not instigate the court action and is only seeking to protect their daughter and ensure that there is a structure safe and suitable manner in which father and child can engage with each other. All right. You should avoid by all means necessary, avoid, as this only further inflames what is already traumatic experience for all parties involved, especially the child in question. So this is Dele Momudu's response to everything going on about the niece and the ex-boyfriend, okay? Not even ex-husband, ex-boyfriend. But my question is, are they using their children as bait? If you cannot afford a 23 million naira home, why go hire it? Is it because Davido is a celebrity? Are you living off Davido's fame because you have a child for Davido? What impact are you making? What effort are you making to better your lot? How on earth do you feel so comfortable asking a man to pay you half of 23 million because you had a child with the person? It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. In any way you look at it, it doesn't make sense. There is no economic gain from lavishing that kind of money when you know you can do better. It doesn't make sense. If you have a different opinion, let me know what you think in the comment section. Okay, it's like there is a conversation here. Nancy A said, with all due respect, you are married, and if yes, I would. How would you feel if I call your husband Mr. Ogenna? I just think you people are disrespecting a man, and you all are married to men. I don't know what. Oh, yeah, you talking about Mr. Korra Obidi? Oh, that's a perfect name for him. In fact, I will even change the name. Nancy, if you're still here, if you're making reference to Mr. Korra Obidi that I call Mr. Korra Obidi, I'm even going to change the name to Mr. Complainer. How about that one? Do you prefer that? Do you prefer Mr. Complainer or do you prefer Mr. Korobidi? Because you can't come here to state what I chose I will do or what and tell me what I should do. No, you have a name, Nancy A. You're on YouTube. The only thing that is left for you is to look for create on the right hand of your device. Click create. When you get your own channel by creating a content, you can decide to address Mr. Korobidi the way you want to address him. As far as I'm concerned, he's Mr. Korra Obidi, or maybe I should change it to Mr. Complainer. I'm still thinking about that name. If it sounds very well in my ears, I might change that to Mr. Complainer Obidi. So get yourself together and get out of here. Well, everything still boils down to the mistake committed by Davido because he wasn't drunk and wasn't drunk and couldn't control himself. Such wouldn't have if he wasn't drunk and couldn't control him, such wouldn't have happened. Absolutely, absolutely, you're right on this one, Joe. You're right. Personally, I'm surprised Davido is giving up simply because of a counterclaim from Sophia. Are the court not supposed to be deciding authority? I really do not understand. Will you please explain? See, maybe Davido doesn't want to be called again, name mentioned again. He's giving up because to me, that's my own interpretation of the whole thing. He doesn't want to be dragged anymore. And remember now he has a wife, so they are going to sit down to decide on this. What do you think I should do? Chi, this is forever. It's going to be forever. How do I solve this problem? Or maybe Davido knows he has weak link with Sophia. Maybe if they start getting together again, they might start sharing and exchanging pekus and cucumber, something like that. Maybe it's a way for him to avoid that from happening. Because Sophia said Davido started getting mad when she now said no to all the advances Davido made towards her. Those are their words, not mine. So maybe he's trying to avoid that. Or maybe, okay, fine. The girl is already 9. And giving up means he will not be coming to attend birthdays, maybe make calls with the girl, or let's say the girl has a phone that he can call physically, meeting with the daughter. In the next 9 years, the child will be 18. Okay, maybe he doesn't want to be dragged anymore. He doesn't want anybody to remind him of how negligent they were with Ifan. He wants to let that go. It could be the reason. But giving up doesn't mean that the video will not be providing for the child. No. Every of the agreement they reach in terms of providing for the upkeep of the child, he will continue to take care of the child. That much I know he will continue because they have it in terms of legal documents. He's supposed to be doing that. So he will continue to provide for the child, but physically, he might not be there for the child. You understand what I'm saying? So he's giving up. I don't want to drag custody. She's not bulging. You can have it. When the child is 18, the child will look for me. You know, that kind of situation is possible. And to most men, that's what most men will do. But I know people will say, why are you giving up? It's just, if they go to court, it's going to be more drama. To be honest with you, if they bring this story to court, it's going to be more drama, more dragging of Davido. People are going to see, because everybody is going to say their truth. Sophia is going there to bear everything in the open. And maybe there are things Davido doesn't want people to hear. So what their uncle, Sophia's uncle, suggested for them and what the court is advising them, DR, dispute, alternative dispute resolution, which is mediation. That's what they should engage on. There is no point going to wash this dirty linen. It's not going to be favorable to anybody. Davido has his flaws, plenty, plenty. Even when he was doing the, going behind Chema to still mingling, plenty. He doesn't want to be dragged. And for Sophia, she has plenty too. And to be honest with you, it's very irresponsible of you as a human being. You cannot afford rent of 23 million. But because you have a child for a musician, a popular person, you want the person to cough out how many millions? Maybe 11.5 just on rent. I will not advise my brother to do that. It's not going to happen. It's not. I will not advise my brother to pay that on rent. What stops you from being a landlady? Yeah, I would rather say, okay, how much do you have? I will contribute this, start building. I'm only contributing it because the child will belong, the land will belong, or the house will belong to my child eventually. Start building. I won't dash somebody else that money, but let me save it for my child. If she decides to sell it in the future, she'll still make gain from it because properties appreciate. So I am in support of the video saying I can only afford 5 million out of 11.5. I'm in support of that. All right, let me see. Oh, you please block this Nancy. She's a huge distraction going forward. She ran away. I didn't block her. She ran away. I told her maybe I should start calling Mr. Korra Obidi Mr. Complainant. She ran away. I can't see her again. I can't. I can't see her. She ran away. Apple of God's eyes. Thank you for joining me today. So yo, I'm still here listening, even though I'm at work. I beg, sister, make they no go sack you. I take God beg you. Make they no go sack you. That's what I used to do in the past. As of last 2 years, because my job at that time was very boring. You have to research and research and read and read. So when I'm so full in my head, I'll just put the earpiece and be listening to what they are saying on YouTube to distract myself a little bit and reset my brain. God, don't let them sack you. I think God beg you. Anyways, Evelyn said, do you not have a legal agreement as of now? However, I'm glad Davido has taken the high road. Yeah, they have a legal agreement. They do, which was why Davido was paying 5 million, I think, tuition fee, 1 million upkeep for the child. And then Davido agreed that maybe Davido was paying at some point. There at some point you tell yourself the truth. For how long will you continue to pay this kind of fee for rent? Davido said, I can only afford 5 million. That means if you get a home of 10 million, I pay 5, you pay 5. That's even too generous because for me, I would say look for a home or look for a land, let's buy. Because the name on the land, beneficiary for the name will be my daughter. That's how it makes economic sense. You're building wealth for the child. My daughter's name. Then we'll build. Or you look for a home, let's buy. But for me to be doing 23 million every month, there is no economic sense there. There is none. It's not that when you're tired, you sell and go. If you look at all these big celebrities in America, they will live in 80 million home, 50 million home, 30 million home, 3 million home. But guess what? If they're tired, they resell, make their profit, and leave. But when you're renting, you cannot resell because it's not your home. So it doesn't make economic sense to me. That's my opinion. I hope Davido does not provide a cent more than the bare necessary for the child. This thing has given me so much personal heartache. I hope he do not read anything on this anymore. I really feel so sorry for them, but I'm not very sure that Chioma has thought about everything before saying this guy is forever with me. You understand? So she has gotten used to her husband being called out, being dragged on social media. And by now, Davido had gotten used to it. The one that really pained Davido is the fact that the late son was mentioned in that affidavit. That's the one that really pained. And that's one people are screaming about. Sincerely, that's what people are screaming about. And I feel very sorry for them being reminded again, especially in their time of joy, because God blessed them with twins, and at the same time, they just finally, officially, you know, did a traditional marriage, so that everybody, everywhere in the world, we know Davido is completely taken. There is no room for another girl. If you want to mess around with Davido, he's at your own peril. He's at your own peril. That's the truth. Zara Hassan is the ex-wife of yes, Diamond Plantation. She has two legitimate kids for him, and because of the numerous baby mama, the marriage broke down irretrievably. Zara moved on and remarried. Exactly, and they still kept their relationship as parents to the children. But Sophia's own is that Sophia was not even married. It's just like other baby mamas that Davido has. Those ones we don't hear from them, but it's only Sophia. It's only Sophia we hear about. All right, so let's continue. Zara is co-parenting peacefully and has never for one day slammed this kind of billing on him. Exactly. Exactly. Sincerely, I don't even know. I don't know what Sophia was thinking, because I will have my opinion. And if you think my opinion is not favorable to you, then get yourself out of here. Just like Mr. Korra Obidi has been dragging Korra, using his children to collect money from people, according to the women in the WhatsApp group that kept testifying how they contribute money for grocery for the children, to buy party things. They are gifting him for the children. They are sending their pictures to the group, the women in the group, because they are gifting the children. I will have opinion. I will have opinion. And a lot of people out there will have opinion. If you don't want us to talk about your personal matter, don't bring it on social media. Don't. I can't say it enough. Don't bring your problems to social media. Once you do, we will all have opinion. And if you think our opinion is not favorable to your favorite superstar, go open a channel or open a page and start speaking for your favorite superstar. That does not mean that my likes will be shut down. No, I will still talk. All right. So I caught up with the whole thing. So now, why am I saying is Sophia, Davido's ex, and Mr. Korra Obidi using their kids as bait? You all see how it's playing out with Sophia and Davido. We all have seen that. We also have seen how it's playing out with Mr. Korra Obidi. Mr. Korra Obidi, for that lady that doesn't like me calling him the name, Mr. Korra Obidi, aka the dragger, aka the complainer, aka the validator. He knows how to come and validate himself. What else name will I call him? What? Mr. Korra Obidi the beggar. What else? So if you don't like the name, just click on your YouTube right now, do create, and start calling him the preferred name you chose to call him. So Mr. Korra Obidi, according to the women in the WhatsApp group, they contribute money for this man. They went to his home. His fridge was dirty. His house was dirty. They made a video call, showing the whole place to the people in the WhatsApp group. This woman that went to the home made a video call, screaming and yelling at the children. And then this woman takes picture of these children and then sent to the people in the WhatsApp group. Then Mr. Korra Obidi, according to Madam Longmouth on Facebook, will collect pictures of the children when they were asked not to be online again. So Mr. Korra Obidi sends the pictures of these children to Madam Longmouth. Madam Longmouth, in turn, will tell people, if you want to know how they are developing, how they are growing, go to their Patreon account, sign up so we can use that to raise money for Mr. Korra Obidi. So the question is the children now used as bait to collect money from people? Collect money either from their ex or from people. Mr. Korra Obidi went to court seeking for full custody. And what it means, if you have full custody, the other partner will be funding the kids' welfare. Are they using the exes, bitter exes that refuse to move an inch from their ex? It's very obvious. Korra's own is just 2.5 years. Davido's own has been 7 years. No, 9 years. Because the daughter is 9. So just for people to warm up, Korra's own is not ending. Even if they rule and give them judgment, it will still not end. Because a bitter ex that refused to move on will still come on social media and call the person out. You all heard me read what Sophia's uncle that intervened for Sophia. If because of Dele Momodo, Sophia is not, their delegates took responsibility of taking care of their child because of Dele Momodo. He intervened from the onset when they wanted to ship the little baby out of Nigeria. He called international airport not to. The flight was put on hold, and that baby did not fly without Sophia. I've been following this case since that child was born. For anybody coming to talk gibberish, do your research. That will help you understand a little. So now, Mr. Korra Obidi, the question is not going to stop. Mark my word today, July 6th. I said it, by this time next year, he will still be on social media. He will still call Korra out. Unless if he finds closure that I've been campaigning for all his lovers, and then get all his lovers that are here watching me and not liking my video, book a therapy session for this guy. He has told you guys in the court document that his mental health is shattered. Don't wait until he starts running the streets or commit something very heinous before you know, yeah, hey, we could have listened. Listen now. Get him a therapy session. Book one for him. That will help him do what? Find closure, heal, and move on. And date other women. Remarry. Make more babies if he wants to. And take the attention and focus on Korra. Away. If you love him, tell him to move on. Because if he fails to move on, in the next 9 years, we'll be here talking about them like we are talking about Davido. Don't think Davido's own just woke up and started happening today. It's been happening since that child was born. From the day the child was born. So don't think, yeah, by the time Korra then finish this case in court, let me make sure my laptop is charging. It will be all over. It's not going to be over until you tell your superstar, your master, to get a life. Until you tell your master to focus on what is important and build his business. That's when it will stop. All right, let me see where I stopped. Oyoyo, do you think Sophia was expecting Davido to give up? I feel like she was looking forward to a good dirty fight to please her narcissistic urge. Exactly. That's what Davido did. To be honest with you, I really commend him for saying, I'm not fighting anymore. That's what I feel. You're not giving up on your child because you're going to follow up with academics. The condition will be, I'm not going to ask for custody, but I want to see school reports. I want to see progress from school. And if the child decides to reach out to me, my number is available. If she has a phone, can I have her phone number? Because if Davido has the daughter's phone number, they can do video call. You can catch up on your child, but you're not going to be there physically so that you don't get this woman walking in her emotion. No. The child will grow up one day. Especially if a man that has been trying. You know what it is to provide for your child? A man that has been trying, providing for the child, making sure everything is in place. And then because they did not make you misses, because she said on the interview that I watched, I never planned to raise my child alone. So he planned to marry Davido by force or by fire. It doesn't work that way. If a relationship doesn't go well, that is the time as a woman, you dust yourself up and tell yourself, you know what? I am capable of being a mother. I am capable of running my race. After all, when I came to this earth, I didn't come with any man. I did not come with any extra. My mother gave birth to me, it was me alone crying. Oh, wow, oh, wow. So if you realize that, that's when you now pick up yourself and find a way to run. Find a way to stand your ground. Find some good businesses you can do so that you can keep up with the expenses of children. It's not getting easier. It's not becoming less. The expenses keep growing up as they are growing. I was here on the phone and then I was chatting with my daughter. She went shopping. So, mommy, can I buy this? You have to make sure. So, find something that you can do. You understand? Invest on things that will yield you dividend. But no, you're paying rent of 23 million. I will not tell my brother to do that, even if all the money in the world is falling over the roof. No. What I will tell my brother to do, if you have that money, tell this guy, I am buying a house on my daughter's name. You understand? I will hand over ownership when she turns 21. The mother can live in that house. It's going to be my daughter's house on her name. Once she turns 21, she takes ownership of the home. If she decides to continue to live there, fine. If she decides to sell the house, it's her property. But I'm not going to be paying 23 million on a rental apartment. Say what happened now. That if I'm tired of living in that location, I cannot resell because it's not mine. No, it doesn't make economic sense. So I don't blame Davido for saying no. And now Davido said you can have the child. Let's see what else Sophia will say. Let's see what else Sophia will say. Now Davido is not going to be asking for custody. But the child will one day, I want to see my father. I want to meet with my father. They are very inquisitive at this age, very smart. So if they now say that, I want to see my daddy, I want to go visit my father, what will Sophia say? Your father gave up to you because he didn't want to go to court. He gave up on you because he didn't want to do this. No. You say, well, I'm going to call. If he's available to see you, then we can work it out. That's what I expect. At least Davido is not a runaway father. He's not a runaway, born throwaway. He's not. He took responsibility of that child, providing emotionally, otherwise, physically, he was there. Many birthdays. He's only one they said Davido missed. That means he has been there for 8 birthdays. But he missed one. And what happened that he missed that birthday? Was it when this woman was dragging him on social media? Because she's been throwing nuggets on social media. People don't look at it again. If you've been following Sophia, you know she's been dropping a lot of things on social media about Davido. And the reference he made to Ifani is not, this is not the first time. She'd done that before. People called her out. She came and apologized. So think about it. All right, let's continue to read comment. Zara has a beautiful mansion, reputable business, exotic cars, all purchases by herself, even though she has 2 kids and an ex-husband. Zara is a businesswoman. There was a video I was watching. I think it was an essay too. She's into real estate too. I was like, wow, this woman is not stopping. She has schools in South Africa. She's into many things. For the fact that you're somebody's ex doesn't mean your life should end. No. And that's where I'm faulting Sophia. Why continued with Davido? That's my question. If that relationship didn't work out, move the heck off. Move on. There was nobody born with you. It's not a must you attach yourself as a glue on Davido. No. If you were still seeing Davido at 2022, that means you were still hoping that if Choma is not working out, then it's me. No. Move on. Get a life. Your life shouldn't end because you had a relationship with Davido. No. I don't know why women think like that. And look at Mr. Korra Obidi. He has failed to move on. Every time Korra this, just like Sophia was Davido this, Davido that. What is going on here? All right. The Apple of Guys, it is a hard truth. So Yo-Yo is saying, of these two sets of couple. Of course it is. Move on, you know one, move on. Move on, you know one, move on. Honestly, think about it. Think seriously about it. Think seriously about it. All right. She respects her kids' daddy and even promote the music on her page. She's wiser than Sophia, who thinks controversy is the only way to stay relevant. That's not people. Oh. People try so badly on controversy. Then you start asking, what is even wrong with them in the first place? What is going on with these people? What is going on with these people? Give me 1 second, okay? Um, okay. Hey, thank you so much, Entertainment Daily. Thank you for joining me today. All right, so that has been taken care of again. Thank you so much for bringing it to my attention. Thank you, I appreciate. All right, let's see where I stopped. Um, Lenora Brown, thank you. You might stop Oyoyo because the entertainment lawyer she has might be able to might be able to get Meta to ban him for life on Facebook due to the ex used an expired court order directing people to report her page, especially if they subpoena his computer. See, they might stop this current page that he has, but he can still open another page. You know how social media works. If they stop this account, you can open another page. You can open another, and that man is not relenting. And I don't think they will stop him from using social media. So far, he has access to social media. He can still talk about Korra. Okay, that's it. And even if he doesn't talk about Korra on social media again, but guess what? He will always make Korra's life a miserable one because he has not come to terms with himself that I brought this here, I must end it. No, he hasn't. Anyway, let's continue. Sophia should move on. I'm telling you, this lady should move on. How in the world are you stuck with a child? I will put it that way. The video was 22 when all this nonsense happened. And then, luckily for both of you, God bless you with a beautiful daughter, a very smart one. Run with it, take care of your responsibility. Why are we still hearing about it 9 years after? Is the child your meal ticket? Is the child Sophia's meal ticket? What if Davido was a, a truck pusher? Do you think you would have heard his name? She would have hidden that man from everybody. What if Davido was a store attendant at ShopRite? Nobody will hear about it. Oh, who is the father of your child? Forget that non-entity. But no, because Davido got the fame and the money, and that is why. That is why. That is why. All right. Maybe Sophia wants more. Wants more than what? Wants more. Let me drop my comment because I really need us to, have this conversation. If you want to contribute in today's conversation, it's a Saturday. Let's make it more relaxing. The link is down. If you want to contribute, jump on the link and say your piece. Let me hear you. Her entertainment lawyer might be able to get an permanently ban from Meta because if they subpoena his computer and retain all the videos, they would see all the evidence, plus the bullying and expired court order infringement. Yes, they can do that, but can he still be able to open another Facebook account? Yes, he can. It's a matter of getting another email address, boom, another Facebook account to open. For somebody like that man, he might stop on this current page, but he might open another page so that he will use that page to continue to torment Korra. Yes. All right, let's see. I guess she was being advised by her family members to deploy such tricks to get money. She was getting money until Davido now said, "I'm done." I guess it was after if the son passed. Davido got so angry because of the post the girl made, and I guess since that time he stopped taking care of the child. But that's a no for me. Davido shouldn't have stopped caring for the child, even if you're not talking to the woman. You know the school your child attends. You should not stop the school fees. You have to continue to take care of your responsibility, because you know what? When the child is of age, the child is going, okay, mommy, and mommy said at some point you abandoned me. Oh no, I did not abandon you, but mommy was becoming very possessive of, or very obsessed about me. And you know, I was married. I'm married to someone else, but even at that, this is the bank statement saying that every month that I did not talk to your mom, I was still peeping to my your monthly upkeep. I paid all the school fees, your nanny fees. He shouldn't have stopped doing those things. I fault Davido for stopping. Remember, the child bears what? Adeleke. The child is your name, your child. No matter what. Even if you don't want to talk to Sophia, I can understand. You don't have to. But your child, you have to make sure every birthday, even if you cannot be there present, send people to liaise with the woman to organize a birthday party. Even if you don't do birthday party, buy gift for your daughter and send birthday gift. That is you showing your consistency with your child. It's for posterity. It's not because of the woman. So when I heard that Davido at some point stopped paying school fees, I said, no, you failed it. No matter how angry you are with the ex, you should not don't transfer it to your child. Your child shouldn't be the ant that will bear the brunt. Your child shouldn't be the grass that will bear the brunt when two elephants fight. No. Don't transfer whatever it is that is going on between you and your ex to your child. That's the mistake people make. That's a huge mistake people make. And for all those women in the WhatsApp group thinking they are going to love Mr. Korra Obidi's daughters, why they are hating on their mother. Is it not so weird that somebody in his or her right mind will think, yeah, they don't care for your child anything. They don't. The worst part is Davido never ever publicly presented Sophia. Exactly. To be Mrs. Davido, by all means. Davido never did. He was even denying her at some point until it was ascertained that the child is his. And somebody who denied you, who said he was not responsible, who eventually, when they now did everything, okay, fine, it's my child. Do you understand? And you still were still giving him some pickles somewhere. Come on. I couldn't believe that. Now Davido owns Sweet Pass. Is Davido the only man in this planet? Why? Her first public mention was Davido denying her pregnancy. Exactly. So you remember, Evelyn, I thought I was the only one that followed the story from the beginning. Davido denied until he couldn't deny anymore. Now said, okay, fine, I'm going to take care of my child. And you still went back, even after that dragging, especially the airport drama. You still went back and opened very wide, wow, for Davido. For what? Is Davido the only man? I beg. I don't just want to don't get me up this afternoon because it's not gonna go well. All right, let me see. Yes, ma, how are you doing? I'm glad to have you on the okay, you're greeting someone. All right, let's see. The same way Mr. Korra has planned in engaging with Korra because of her earning, so also Sophia has plans of collecting every dime because of her level of entitlement. Exactly. You're so right on that one. You are so right on that one. Honestly speaking, why are they using their children? Davido has 3 other children elsewhere, and those baby mamas, we don't even hear from them. We don't. Why is this one so needy? Why is this one so entitled? Is it because she's a Nigerian? Why is she so needy? Davido. How about your own responsibility to your child? How about somebody who's after all, she's the one raising, yeah, she's raising the child, then I agree. But my question to you, if Davido had been a poor man from the street, do you think she would have made mention of that in the first place? Nobody will know the father of her child. Period. It's because of the money and the fame. That is why. All right, let's continue. And Onyabo, I love your name so much, especially your last name, Onyabo. It reminds me of growing up. I keep telling you that. Maybe you were from Onyabo's family, honestly. Honestly. she should let she should not let her daughter have daddy issues by running after any man that says, I love you. Exactly. Oh. Exactly. Honestly, people, they don't think beyond today. They're not thinking about the child will be a teenager soon. They're not thinking about being an adult soon. I was talking to my daughter this morning. I told her that she was telling me about, so I say, sincerely speaking, every parent, not just because of the way I think, every parent should discourage teenage boyfriend. It's not a discussion you should have that your daughter at 13, 14 has a boyfriend. What are they looking for? There is time for everything. I say every parent, I wish. Because if you guys know what goes on with our teenagers these days, especially in the world where I live in, if you guys know, every parent should look at your child, look her on the face, look him on the face. No, this is not the right time for this. When your brain is mature enough to handle yourself, then you start thinking about who to date. The most important thing is now is loving yourself, appreciating yourself, valuing your family time with your family members, and growing up. If you're a girl, grow up with your girlfriends. If you're a boy, grow up with your friends. And then you guys should be kids before becoming adults. Look at what Anne said here. Now that the video said, I hands off, this child for the next 9 years, right, will not have Davido physically if they decide to go that route. Then, if the woman is still extra bitter, she might not let this child call the father on the phone. And then the next thing you're going to, if a man says, I love you, is it that she hates men? Because the father, she will feel I was abandoned. Is it that she would dislike men entirely? Or run towards anybody that pulls out a hand? Oh, you're such a beautiful girl, I'm gonna take care of you. Because that vacuum is created. This one is not the only person that is a single mother out there. There are so many single mothers out there. They are going above and beyond to provide for their children. Tonto Dike is one of the single mothers out there. Tonto Dike's own, she even took full custody of the child and refused the husband access because of whatever it is that they went through. She is footing every bill. She's not relying on her ex to take care of the child. If your ex is forthcoming on providing for the children, taking care of the child, is a plus. But not because you want to maintain his society symbol and then put a burden, huge burden on your ex. I will not advocate for that. If Davido were to be my brother and he agreed to paying 23 million for mortgage, I will sit him down and call a family meeting. I say, I thought you had sense when we were growing up. So this is what you have turned to. Instead of you to use that money and invest it on your child. If they live in that property, for example, the girl turns 18, she becomes automatic landlady, and you're dashing it to somebody. It doesn't make economic sense to me. MTA, thank you for joining me. I'm here quietly watching because I don't know much. Yes, I can understand that. Thank you for the support and I appreciate your time. I really do. Now, money be fine, no fine, Bobo. Yes, now, if no money, no fine, Bobo. You go find rich Iroko thrift. Money no day your pocket. You are not a fine guy, okay? If not for the DNA test, Davido wouldn't have accepted Imade. Absolutely. So you see people that know the story very well. They've been following this story from day one. Evelyn is very much informed about the whole story. Ogena is very much informed about the whole story. Davido did not even accept the pregnancy in the first place. Even rejected the baby until they proved the child is mine. That was when they he stepped in and the family stepped in. But since that time, this woman has refused to move on. Just like Mr. Korra Obidi, stuck on Korra like glue. If Korra is trying to pull herself out of this man, the man is still dragging her. You got a restraining order, and you will still not leave the woman alone. You're still talking about the woman you said I shouldn't talk about you, that it gives you emotional distress. Do you think Korra has gold flowing in her veins? Or maybe metal is what is flowing in Korra's veins? No, it's blood. The same way you're having mental breakdown because people are talking about it, that's the same way Korra will be having mental breakdown because people are talking about her. Bitter exes. They should figure out how to move on. It's not that deep. Life is so simple if you understand it. And the moment you realize that, even if you were not born with anybody and you're not going to your grave with anybody, so life is a soul journey. Soul journey, you're on your own. That's what life is. Then you not expect so much from people. Don't expect so much from people. It doesn't want it. The burden is too heavy for you to carry. It's too heavy. So guys, like up this live stream for me. Share, invite your friends. Let me keep reading comments. Davido has been spending time with Harley, the second daughter. She does on family vacation with their delicates without the mom being there, and comes over to Nigeria even for delicates party. You see, that's what I said before you came. I say yes. If Sophia is saying that Davido has not spent 2 Christmases with the son, with the daughter, let her get ready to drop off the daughter every Christmas at their delicates. And if he's going to be in Davido's house, that Shema is the madam of the home. She will be the one taking care of all the children. So let her think about it, because if you're demanding your ex-boyfriend, not ex-husband even, ex-boyfriend, to be available for Christmases, and then you're depriving other children the present, do you want Davido to come and do the Christmases in your house? I need to know where the guy will be available for Christmases. Is it in Sophia's house, or in Davido's house, or in their delicate's home? Where do you guys think she was making reference to when she said he hasn't been available for 2 Christmases and 1 birthday? Because if Davido has other children from other women, that means all of them might be spending Christmas at their delicates. And it's going to be Davido's father and the chef they have in the house that will cook that will provide for everybody. Everybody will be housed in the same house. And if it's happening at Chiama's home, Chioma is the one dictating if they're going to eat jollof rice today or vegetables tomorrow. That's what Sophia doesn't get. If you're demanding him to spend Christmas with you and your daughter alone, you're excluding him from the other children. No child should be left behind. That's my campaign. No child should be left behind. He has deposited everywhere, globally. That's what I said in my video about Davido. Maybe I should reshare it after this live stream. Davido is a global father. Birthday in New York, birthday in Atlanta, birthday in London, birthday in Nigeria. That's how he will be jumping from country to country or state to state to attend the birthday of his children. As a global father who donated globally. But don't choose Christmas that is once a year for your daughter only. If you want him to spend Christmas with the daughter, make sure it's at a delicate place so that they can all spend Christmas, even with the other children. Just like Evelyn says here, that Harley's daughter spent Christmas with their delicates. So get ready, drop your child off at their delicates, and then take your car and zoom off. Don't demand something that will put you, at disadvantage. Don't. All right. So, mommy, I already dropped the feedback you asked. Okay, in the inbox. Okay. I'm going to look at it. Thank you. You're laughing, apple of God's eyes. Of course, it's global. He donated globally. Yes, he has a child in London, one in Atlanta. Now, Chema has moved to Atlanta fully, so making two families in Atlanta. And then Sophia, I used to think Sophia was in Atlanta. I didn't know she was in Nigeria. So now Nigeria. I don't know if there is one in New York too. So he's a global donor. Yeah, he has children in all these places. And he's been taking care of all the children from what the moment DNA proves is his child, he takes responsibility. This girl, your mouth is ugly, very ugly. Your brain is not thinking right. Global Bola. Really? Hey, way, God of mercy. All right, Davido is now married, which is a fact that Sophia is intentionally avoiding to spite Chema. But it is not happening. Whether she likes it or not, they've done traditional marriage after Ifani demise, before they buried Ifani. Now they did the proper traditional marriage. They did bride price, which we call dowry in Igbo language, Igbo culture. They did bride price so that they could bury Ifani. Now he's fully, traditionally, legally married. Davido is not only, he's legally, because he did the bride price, which qualified as legal marriage in Nigeria. So he has been legally married to Chema since they did the bride price. So now he did officially, so that every globe will know they have a wife, to the point that Nicki Minaj also gave a congratulatory message on, was it Nicki? I think it was Nicki, on when she was performing at the heat of the wedding. Nicki gave out a shout out and congratulated both of them. So people now know Davido has a wife. Okay, so that's a fact. If Sophia is demanding you celebrate Christmas with your daughter, get ready to drop the daughter off at Chiama's home. Chiama will dictate the kind of breakfast in the morning, lunch in the afternoon, dinner at night. But she doesn't want that. Maybe she still wants Davido to come and be spending Christmas with her daughter alone. It's not going to happen, man. Davido belongs to a one woman now, and I hope he will keep his John Thomas in check for chairman and chairman only. I hope this will be the last dragon they will drag Davido. If they resolve to go into ADR, alternative dispute resolution, which is also a mediation, if they decide to go through that, they are going to settle it out of court without people getting to hear about it. They should be able to resolve that amicably. There is no point bringing it on social media. I hope by the time they make up their mind to decide that, they will not share the information on social media. But guess what? Bloggers must chop now. They will find a way to get the outcome of that marriage. And if they do, guys, Oyoyo will come here and give her 2 cents. Okay? All right. Oyoyo, you're telling the truth, or not Jeddah that is biased because Sophia is from Edo State. Is though as hers. Oh, I didn't even hear what Jeddah is saying. Sincerely, Sophia should move on. Let's forget all the pettiness. Sophia should move on. It's been 9 years. If this lady was focused on settling down and moving, maybe she would have been married now. She's a very beautiful woman. She could have found love somewhere, somebody that will appreciate her, love her, cherish her, and she would have been settled. But no, she hung on for too long on Davido. Still servicing a man that is not ready to take you in as his own. Why? And this is not a child. That's what is even baffling me. Is it that there are no men in Nigeria anymore? Sophia is not a child. This year she's 37. 37. And we are still talking about it as if she's just turning 18 and still not, deciding for herself, because a human brain is fully developed at age 26. That's when your brain will stop growing. At age 26. This is a full-grown woman. You got a little, you open your leg for a little boy, 22, and he enjoyed the kpekus, something that is bigger than his age. After enjoying the kpekus, the next plan was you got pregnant. And you thought it was going to result to Mr. and Mrs. Unfortunately, it didn't. That means you should have moved on a long time and focus on raising a family. Maybe somebody else would have been a father figure on your daughter's life. But no, she stuck on Davido. Just like Mr. Korra Obidi can't move an inch. Every day, he has something to say about Korra. Global bowler indeed, but mommy, this might seem funny, but it's quite true. That is what the video is now. I beg, make una understand though. Sophia's issue can't. Sophia's issue aren't with Davido. She hates the fact Davido is with Chioma. He can only be with another woman as long as it's not Chioma. Then she missed it now. What did Chioma do? Because Davido found Chioma and fell in love, or Chioma kicked her out of Davido's life. It could be he was seeing Davido before Chioma came into the picture. But according to Davido's interview, I believe he granted that interview when he was under the influence of alcohol because he has known Chioma for 20 years. I say, Davido, how old are you now? You've known Chioma for 20 years. That is a wrong information. Because you met Chioma when you were in the university. Is it Babcock University? Chioma was introduced to you by your friend, I think the best man, right? So she has known Chioma for too long, but I guess he was with Sophia before Chioma came in. So Chioma might be the one that knocked Sophia off the way. Maybe that's why Sophia can't let go of Chioma. But unfortunately, man has made his choice, and you should respect that. It's not a must every relationship leads to marriage. I don't think like that. I don't. Not every relationship that will lead to marriage. If it doesn't work out, girls, ladies, if that relationship doesn't work out, don't buy in that. Don't dwell for too long. Move on. Trust me. It might not be easy, but the moment you realize, you know what, I am better and bigger than this nonsense. That's the moment you start telling yourself the truth. And that's the moment you start healing. This person hurt me, bruised me so badly. But you know what? So far, I'm still alive. So far, there is tomorrow. There is a better ending for me. My life is not supposed to be permanently attached with Davido because he doesn't want. And you can't force yourself on a man. You can't. You're not supposed to do that. John Thomas in check. Okay. I hope so. Hey. Vivian said this Sophia is just looking for every possible avenue to defile Chioma's marital home. God forbid. You can say that because it doesn't make sense at this point. It doesn't make sense. I can't force myself on a man. Even if you try to make it work, if it's not working, hey, wake yourself up from slumber, dust off the nonsense, and then tell yourself you're still a beautiful girl. And not for that age, 37. There are some things you do when you were 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. Once you start getting 27, 28, you start telling yourself, hey, time is going on. What am I thinking about? What am I doing? But not Sophia. I'm beginning to see different people. Yesterday, I told you guys, I've never seen a man who would tell people to share her children's video online until I met Mr. Korra Obidi. Now I'm now seeing a woman who is not only 6 years older than the little boy that got her pregnant, but has consistently been in the life of this guy intimately, not just as father, as ex and whatever relationship. No, intimately. Even when the guy denied the pregnancy, disowned everything, and came back to accept, and came back to you, and you still took him in. Now only in Bola they sweet. I don't know. After denying you, it's not enough to tell you you're not meant, this person is not meant for you. He came back and you still open wow. Coming to share your chat message. Nah, 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 nah. She had her plan, oh, but Davido plans. Exactly. In her house, to take selfie with Davido and post on Instagram to hot Shema. We saw all of those things. I'm happy there are people here that saw what was going on. I'm happy. Ogenda, see, you know you did the math about the 23 million. Think about it. If this girl had used those money to buy a home in Lekki or buy a home and somewhere, don't you think she could have by now saved reasonable money? She could have. But no, they want to maintain fake life. Fake life. There is another fake life story that somebody gave me to talk about here. This one, all these things we are discussing here are true life story. This lady lives in America and her fake life has no part two. She is as fake as possible. She flaunts wealth and borrowed money from dear friends and refused to pay back. We are not talking about $1,000. We are talking about $30,000, $40,000. Refuse to pay back. And then will come and be flaunting vacation in Italy, vacation in Medium. Why you owe people money? To tell you what fake life can push people to. Fake life. You can afford a 23 million apartment, but you want to live there to maintain status symbol. For what? Who are you impressing in this world? After living in that house, how many Grammys or how many Oscars or how many Headies or how many titles did that get you? None. We should start learning how to cut our clothes according to our size. On a more serious note, Evelyn is of the opinion that Sophia doesn't like Chioma because she knows nothing at all on Chioma. She knows she can compete with other baby mamas, but not Chioma. Ha ha ha. Honestly, and Chioma has really shown maturity, if I'll put it that way. She doesn't make comments on social media. She minds her business. And that girl is she's a very, will I say, if I would say down to earth, I would say because she has seen money through Davido, okay? And because she has seen money, she has seen influence. I was there, I was on Instagram. Guess what? The dress she wore for her baby shower, they just flash it on Fashion Nova. I say, whoa, Chioma Fashion Nova, $47. But she rocked it perfectly. And it fitted her so perfectly. The likes of Sophia, if it was Sophia that had bridal shower, of course it's Louis Vuitton they will be wearing. So people are different. And Chioma has understood the game. They're already dragging my husband enough. I don't want to be dragged. Let me manage myself out of social media. Whatever I'm going through, not on social media. If I can't talk to Davido's friend to caution him, I could talk to his father to caution him, or his cousins, or his sisters, or his brother. Davido has siblings. But not for me to come on social media and drag him. For what? What is the benefit? Every one of them that drag people on social media, what kind of headache are they getting? Serious water. We saw it with Mr. Korra Obidi. He now said he's having mental scatter. Now, Sophia, she has been dragging Davido for the past 2 years, saying he hasn't been coming for birthdays, not providing for the daughter. But where you have access to Mr. Adeleke, you have access to the video's cousin. You have access. Can you guys call a family meeting? Can we go out, have a mediation so that we can have all these things, written out so we can understand what we need to follow? But no, until they stir up controversy on social media, they will not have peace of mind. It does not solve problems. Trust me. See, you guys, I finished a can of cocoa. I don't know what is happening to me today. They did cut marriage after baby Ifeanyi died, yes, and now they have set it up. They did cut marriage. They paid bride price after Ifeanyi's passing, and now they've done traditional. So everybody in the world will know Davido is off the hook. He's off the market. If you're still hoping, stop hoping on Davido and don't bring asunder what God has joined together. Okay. Evelyn said the most annoying about Chioma in Sophia's eye is the fact that Chioma refuses to acknowledge Sophia in any way whatsoever. What is she acknowledging Sophia for now? Are they still fighting over the same man? No, I will not do that too. No. I will not even say a word. What am I acknowledging her for? The person you kicked out of the man, out of the relationship, and took over. There's nothing to acknowledge you. No. There is nothing. Cici Lacrosse said, I think is the money she wants. You're so right. It's money. They're using their children because there is a child in question. It's money. Let's be all sincere. If Davido were to be a poor guy, nobody would have heard this after that child was born. In all honesty, the reason why it's making headlines, they've been talking back and forth for years now, is because of money and fame. Truth sometimes, no, they sweet. Truth is bitter, but we have to keep saying it. Just like the people that don't like what I'm doing here, Mr. Korra Obidi's fans, they don't want to hear. Tell your favorite to stop talking about the ex and move on. They don't want to hear the truth. Anyway, let's continue. That is pain truth. All right. Okay, Ogena is still here. The most annoying part, I think I've read that one. Ogena said, no, Yo-Yo, Chima was with Davido before Sophia. Are you kidding me? Chima was with Davido. That means Chima and Davido, they've been over 10 years. Wow. How old was Chima? Let me see how old Chima is now so I can know how old Chima was at the time. Let me pull it up. Give me 1 second, guys. We need to get our facts, right. And that's what I do here. I don't just come and make content. I make content based on facts, based on information shared. Chioma Roland. Let's see how old Chioma is. Okay. 29. 29 minus 10. So she met Davido when she was about 20 or 19. Wow. That's a long relationship. No wonder she's stuck in that, because she already knows that she can't, no other person will come and marry Chima because they will feel she's so spoiled with money that if they can afford her lifestyle, she will not stay. Chima is more mature than Sophia and wiser. Yeah, she is. That's the truth. Sissy said Chima is more mature than Sophia. Sophia is not wise enough. Exactly. Exactly. And Chioma should just continue maintaining her maturity and just stay out of whatever it is going on and avoid anything posted online. No, Chioma is not going to post anything. Yeah, Chioma is 29. Honest, they met in the university. Yeah, that's what they said. So even at 29, Chioma is 29, Sophia is 37. Let me be honest with you guys. Davido, I would still prefer Chioma because she's still younger and Davido is older than her, than going for somebody who is 6 years older than you. There is a way you joke with the person. The person say you're insulting her. Don't you know I'm older than you? You know, that kind of thing. But Sophia really flawed women. No, sincerely, no woman should belittle herself in this way, irrespective of the money she's enjoying. No, she cannot flawed women. She didn't behave right. She did not. If she was still somebody that rejected you with pregnancy, rejected you guys, eventually made up because a DNA proved that Davido is the father of your child, and you still went back to open your acres for this person. No, she really flawed women. Is it that you can't say no outrightly? Oh no. Since we don't have anything in common anymore, I think you don't want us to have anything in common. It's only the child that is joining us. Let's focus on raising the child. But no, some people can't stand it. They want to keep trying until it's very clear and obvious that this person doesn't want to do forever with you. And that's why she's still struggling with terms that is now obvious and clear. Since Davido paid bride price on Chioma since last year, this lady has continuously said a thing or two about Davido on social media. continuously. Her story on Instagram is never without a statement about Davido and how Davido has not how he has been an absent father, how he has not been there, is always on Davido. And to think about it, what does she even do? What does she do? The fun is that the whole Adeleke family is with Sherman. Meanwhile, Sophia has practically fought with a lot of the family, including Davido's father. Yeah, for exposing Davido's father. Anyway, she wasn't the one that exposed it, but bloggers did. Okay, bloggers did. So, yeah, so I wouldn't say she exposed it. Bloggers did. They obtained the document from the court because what is a public document. Just like the way Korra's court documents were flying all over the social media is what is a public document. And that is why nobody can say, hey, why are you showing my document? It's a public record. So you can download it, you can interpret it, you can use it for your education, for informative purposes. Yeah, that's what happened here. All right, Sissy said, sister, I think the video chose Chuma because she has realized Sophia isn't wife material. Of course, you can say that again, Sissy. You can say that again. Chuma is calm. Despite everything Davido has done all these years, nobody heard anything from Chuma. The least she did was to walk away from Davido I think it was for over a year. She was silent, deleted all their pictures together, went went away from Instagram. Went away from Instagram just to be quiet. That was why Davido said, this one is forever. She can correlate all my doings. You guys know my global doings and my global bola sharing. And she'll still not say anything. She'll still not drag me. I think I found my safe heaven. That's what Davido would have said. A woman that will not give him trouble. Even after hearing all the international bola donation Davido was doing, we did not hear one word from Chioma. Tell me a man that will not go for such, knowing that she will fight you in the home. Oh my goodness, she will bring all the bad blows, but it's within the, controlled environment. That's why I keep saying, if you have a personal problem, don't come on social media, because if you do, Oyoyo's world will have opinion. If you do, I will have opinion. Palmer Davy, thank you for joining me today. No, she fought with the father 9 years ago already. And lately is fighting with Sharon, who is the video sister. I missed this one, oh. Are you kidding me? Then how would the family? Oh my goodness. Ah. Sophia, try. Go try, Rara. You didn't try. The same family you want to enter inside, you're fighting with everybody. Habana, it's not gonna work. I'm doing well. Thank you for asking. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you. Thank you. Davido once said that she does not like, wait, let me read it. Davido once said he does not like Sophia's face at all. Hey, the girl is a fine girl. Davido should go and sit down. What does that mean? The girl is a fine girl, whether you like the face or not. She still puts herself together. She's 37 and looking pretty. She can still pass as though she's in her late 20s. So Davido should go and take a hike. Who likes Davido's face in the first place? I beg. He should go and sit down. After all, if he has kept his John Thomas right in check, we wouldn't have been talking about baby mamas and talking about children. The only thing why I'm not talking about him today is because he's taking care of his responsibility. When you shit for church, go and clean up. Don't expect somebody else to clean up for you, and then you'll be there asking, is my child, is my child. May if Amadio have fire you with thunder then. And Ogun that will fire you should strike you well. Anyways, let me see. Davido no like the fact that no like the face, but in Bola like the Bekusabi. Good answer, Joe. Very, very good answer, Joe. You don't like the woman, but we now saw your private chat where you are trying to do whatever. Come on. Guys, like this video for me. How can I have all of you here? You're not liking my video. How about now? It's a Saturday, please. It's a Saturday. It's a relaxing moment. Relaxing moment. I'm not going for any event today. I have already made up my mind to stay home. Like this video for me, please. That's the much you can do for me. Like the video, share, share, share. Invite your friends. Let the conversation begin, okay? And drop me your comment in the comment section. And if you're meeting me for the first time, my name is Oyoyo, okay? The beautiful Oyoyo. Lovely Oyoyo. And here we keep it simple, we keep it plain, we keep it honest, okay? And we keep it positive. And we try to learn from people's mistake and to avoid making such mistakes in the future. That's why we are creating all this awareness. If you are in a relationship and if it doesn't work out, take your kaya, pack your things and walk away. When you walk away, don't look back. Don't go back to your vomit. Unlike Mr. Korra Obidi, he has not moved an inch. Sophia, not moving an inch because of money. Because of money. Mr. Korra Obidi, the moment he talks about Korra, he gets views. He goes to the bank and cash out from his Facebook. That's why he's still talking about Korra. And we'll still talk about Korra tomorrow. And for Sophia, because there is fame and money from Davido, she kept dragging Davido. People are even tired of talking about them. I've never talked about Sophia on my channel until this one. The moment I made reference to them when she brought the information and when Davido brought the lawsuit, I say, you see, there is a way you continue to bring things on social media. People will start taking legal actions. And that's what happened. This lady has been talking and talking and talking. The next thing we saw was a claim, a petition from Davido. And now the counter affidavit is not going well with Davido. Davido said, you know what? I am done. And for Davido to have made that comment, they must have discussed as a family. Why not leave the daughter? Leave the girl. She's gonna grow up. And eventually you guys are going to connect. I want to believe that's what they agreed as a family. You have not seen Sophia's face, so angry and behind closed doors. Are you kidding me? That face, that's the face he's talking about. You don't finish case. Are you kidding me? Is it that bad? So everything I'm seeing is just makeup. Hey, I'm trying to see if I'll find any other. Are you serious? So it's just makeup. Hey, man, things are happening. I'm going to do another live stream this evening, guys. I just went to Instagram thinking I'll see Sophia. I saw a Nigerian, UK-based Nigerian woman fighting publicly because of alleged affairs with her husband. She was fighting another woman. That's the last thing I would do. If you like, sleep with the person. If I know, like, I go tell you, say I don't do. I am done. This life, I'm not cut out to stress myself. Life is stressful on its own. Then I'll come and start fighting a fellow woman because she's cheating with my husband. How about fight your husband in the house? Get him to keep his John Thomas in one place. But you're going to embarrass yourself in the public. They never bond him. It's not going to happen. No, not with me. I just saw it trying to look for Sophia's face. You guys should not let me laugh. Women, we should grow up, honestly. They keep embarrassing themselves. If your husband has kept his John Thomas where he belonged, he wouldn't have had time for another woman. But me exaling my point because he brought all this on himself by clearing every bush he comes across. Joe, you don't spoil. I don't know if I'm the one spoiling you or you've been rotten before you met me. You better start saying the truth. Better confess. Sis, if I were Davido, I would leave the child with her, but continue to pay child's money. At the end, the child will be very angry with the mom. That is just what I said. Sissy, you met us in the middle of this conversation. Exactly what I said. I said Davido should continue to take care of his responsibilities as a father. Birthdays, send birthday gift, if possible, throw a party for the child, pay school fees, send their monthly allowance pay. By the time the child grows up. The child is going, if you say daddy was all this bad, but he kept paying school fees, he was sending money, he was doing this. Then the woman, how do you know? I'm the one taking care of all the responsibility. I'm the one doing this. They say, how do you know? Daddy told me and he sent receipts to me. The woman doesn't know what she's causing to her. And she doesn't have another child. She might end up losing this one to Davido. And she doesn't have a lover or a husband. So she should be careful. She should be careful. Hi, Liz. Thank you for being my member. Liz is my member here to Yo-Yo's World. Thank you for supporting me. I really, really appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Ogenna here and Liz are my members. If you like what I do here, join my membership to support me, okay? And also like the video, share, invite your friends. All right, let me read what Liz said. Liz said, Sophia is a disgrace. The man married. He wanted 50-50. What is her problem? She met him when he was 19. Yes, he was 19 at the time. And the time he fathered a child with, he was 20. So if you look at it logically, who took advantage of each other? Lizzie, you're a lawyer, so you should know. Taking advantage of somebody is not only when it happens to women. Because if the reverse were the case, that Davido was to be the girl and then Sophia the man, they would have said, imagine Davido took advantage of a 22-year-old and got the person pregnant. No. People are not focusing on that fact. They are focusing on the fact that the present Davido is now a full-grown adult, and likewise Sophia. And secondly, people might not focus on that because at the time that happened, Davido was also an adult at 22. That was when they fathered a child. So they met at 19. They started on and off. They were both doing things together, drinking, smoking, doing all the bad stuff, party, club, and all of that. So who took advantage of each other? Is it because we are not looking at what happened in the past? I love to give, backstory so that you can be able to form your opinion and make up your mind on what is right. So thank you so much, Liz. Thank you for joining me today. Evelyn said a man can enjoy the doings of a working girl but never want to be seen with her in public. Abby? Yeah, that's what it is for Sophia. Sophia was still, even after denying the pregnancy, denying Sophia was still servicing this guy. Come on. Don't people should stop making women look so cheap. In fact, we are more than gold. We are more than diamond. We are priceless. You can't even price us because you can't afford. But when you now make a woman look like an object that you can use money to purchase, it becomes a problem. The relationship don't work out. You got a baby out of it. Thank God. And that's the reason why you're a mother today. Somebody is calling you mommy, 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 mommy. It's a blessing. Embrace it. And move I don't want to use bad words here. Move on. Move on. He's not the only man in this life. Never. Why going back to that person that rejected you and you keep on and off relationship? Today you service him, next year. Because of what? What he's giving you? I don't even know where to start. I don't know. Mommy, na spoil, I spoil. Oh. I never bad now. Apple of God's eyes is saying international Gbola donation. Yes, so Davido donated internationally. Internationally, honestly. All right, now I'm fully charged with some sodium. So I'm hyper now after taking a can of Coca-Cola. You guys. I can't even believe it. But that's the truth. She did not do well at 37. Because if she had projected the situation, okay, after they settled with the cousin intervening, with the uncle intervening, and they settled on how to maintain and take care of the child. If this lady has concentrated on how to build her own business, build her own self, be very independent of Davido, why Davido is funding the child. You're busy doing what? Nurturing the child, teaching the child the value of having a balanced life. There was a situation that happened. A man that he kept on abandoning the family. He would go 3 months, the wife will not hear from him. The children, all they knew was their mother. At some point, when they got to the point of talking about divorce, the daughter took a stand in the court, okay, and told the court everything that happened in their home, even the ones the mother did not want to share. The child shared everything. And the moment the child came down from testifying, the court did not waste time to grant full custody of those children to the woman. That was how the woman took hold. And then they asked the man to vacate the house. The man left. And the girl grew up hating the father because of what she saw. So we should be very careful as parents, extremely careful, because our children are watching us. They are watching us. They are observing. They are learning. That girl, if she ever dates tomorrow, I feel sorry for the boy that girl will date. I feel sorry for the boy that will marry that girl. I feel extremely sorry for the child because she doesn't want to hear anything about a man. She feels and thinks that every man is as bad as the father. Parents, let's wake up. When I say these things here, I bring them to real life situations so that we can all understand. We can learn to avoid certain mistakes. For the fact that you're no longer in talking terms with your ex, that does not mean you should neglect your child. It does not mean. Like Davido now said, I'm giving up, you can keep the baby, whereas God will have it, someday she'll be 18. My take on that is, even if you're giving up physical relationship with your child, make sure you keep on providing for the child's well-being, tuition fees, accommodation, and everything that the child might need as God provides for you. Make sure you keep on providing those for your child. For the fact that your ex is making life miserable for you does not mean you should forget your child. When the child grows up, she's going to make some certain decisions by herself or by himself. Mistake people make because you're not longer together with your ex, you pass down that bitterness towards your child. Your child will wake up one day and see everything as he played out on social media. For those that think, somebody came and left me a comment that if they can't find Baby June's video on social media, how am I saying that they will find it when they are 10 years old? I was shocked that that woman was actually searching to find those videos. What was she looking for? My prayer is for you not to find that video in the mighty name of Jesus, because your head is already pedo to be looking for a child's video. But the thing is, you might not find the physical video, but the story is already on social media. The story is on the internet. Google it today, you'll find the story. Google it, you find your father's perspective, your mother's angle, what they did and what they did not do. Let me bring this to Korra Obidi's case. When that video made to the internet, what action did the father take? I will handle it. That's what he said in the parent chat they used. Did he handle it? No. Did he condemn it? No. The next thing he came, he said it was Photoshop. I've already shared that with FBI. They all cleared it. It was nothing. Until the video now came on Facebook and embarrassed him the more. That's when he now said that he regrets opening his house to his mother's friend that came to babysit and took videos of the children. So you can see, don't neglect your child because you don't like your ex. Don't forget your child and forget your responsibilities because you don't like your ex. In any way you look at it, be a father, be a mother to your child. All right, let's continue to read. Mommy, I'll be going offline now. Need to attend to something. It's all right, Joe. Thanks for joining me today. Lisa, it's sad that she's stuck on Davido. She doesn't have a husband, but waiting. Her biological clock is really ticking. 37 is almost 3 more years to 40. You know what it is, Lizzie? You know, once you hit 40, you understand. Once you hit 40, you understand. 40 in the house, say, yeah, yeah. Yeah. What is the law with a married couple in Nigeria? Is Davido legally responsible for the daughter? To be honest with you, Alice, to be honest with you, the law just recently started. It was enacted recently for the state of Lagos. And once Lagos starts something, the rest of the states will now start, using the law. It's like the state of California in the US. Once anything passes in California, before you know it, other states will start passing that similar law, because state of California is huge in terms of the senatorial seat, in terms of everything about them is huge, and they got the number. They got the number to move things in the country. Okay, so the Lagos state passed Child's Act law recently, because to be honest with you, like I said, there are a lot of fathers in Nigeria. They don't even know where their children are. They have never paid a dime. When I mean a dime, for their kids. Most of them will just get the woman pregnant and run away and move on. But Sophia is bent on this is because Davido is a somebody. Davido he got fame, a known name. Assuming Davido was, well, I say, a street boy, people wouldn't have known it was that guy that got her pregnant. Assuming Davido was just a regular dude on the street, that maybe a janitor, nobody will hear about it. Maybe an office worker, nobody will hear about it. The reason why this girl was making all this fuss is because Davido is a name, Davido is a brand. You understand, the money, the fame. I won't come here and pretend that is not the case, because the law, like I said, is recent. When I read the law, that was last year. There was a case I was discussing last year. I came across it. I was very pleased that such law now puts responsibility on men to cater for their children. You know, the way Americans and Western world, the way they have child support, they don't have that in Nigeria until recently. It's not something of time immemorial. No. Child support, no. That's why a lot of people father children everywhere. They don't even cater for them. And then when the child is of age, they will start looking for their father, because the man never turned back to look or turned back to cater. But because the state of Lagos, let me pull it up, Child Act. I hope it will give me the date it was enacted in Lagos. Let me see if I will find it. I hope I'll find the history of that act. Let me see if I will find the date. When was the Child Act of Lagos enacted? Okay. Okay, you see, it was until recently. The act was officially passed into law in 2003. Until recently, 2003, by former President Olusegun Obasanjo. It was started in Lagos. They usually are the ones that champions most of this. And then they brought it to the House, they debated upon it. Child Right Act. Child Right Act. It was in 2003. So it was never a thing. You see a man at 40 years, he doesn't know his father because he was never there. I was raised by my mother. A lot of children, a lot of people. And they never paid child support for one day. They never did. It's really sad. But because of this new law, now is making them responsible for them to do what? To do the needful. And you have to know your right before you know there is something like that. That something like that exists. So basically, it's for the elites that utilize that. All those women you see with 3 children, 4, 5, the men in question never provided a dime. All right. Sister, there is a video. I saw the video with the child. The only thing I saw was her daddy and child love and bond. Since there are several of those videos there, there are several of those. The girl wants to be part of the father's life, but because the video is not financing the way the woman expects the video to finance, it's always a problem. When you went on to rent a home of 23 million yearly, you don't force a man to finance that kind of responsibility for you. I will not encourage. If the video were to be my brother, I will tell him no, that's waste of money. Rather, you guys should buy the home out and then will it out to your daughter. That's a more prudent thing to do. What is Davido's legal responsibility towards his child? David, I think they reached an agreement, okay? They reached an agreement that Davido will provide half of the accommodation money, provide 5 million for tuition, and then 1 million monthly for the child's upkeep. That's what they reached. I don't know the year they reached that agreement, but that's what Sophia said, that they reached the agreement that that's what Davido is supposed to be doing. But unfortunately, Davido did not. And I want to believe the reason why Davido did not was because of the way Sophia was ranting on social media. So I want to believe that was the way what happened. So let me see if I can get the date they reached that agreement. No, I don't have the date they reached that agreement, but that was what they had working. 5 million tuition fee, 1 million monthly maintenance, and pay half part of the pay nanny's fees. Nanny's fees. Some people said nanny fee was $800. So I don't know if it was $800 a month or $800 a year. I don't even know where they live to determine if the money in question is good enough. If it was in Nigeria, nanny fee will not be $800. So I don't know where they live. I don't know where Sophia lives now. I used to think she lives in Atlanta, but when they were saying tuition fee of 5 million, 5 million right now is actually nothing. When you convert it, is actually nothing. So I don't know where they live. If I do 5 million naira now and then with this Nigerian, that's $3,400 for tuition fee. So maybe they live overseas. I don't know. I don't know that much. She said she will never marry. Oh, she will never marry. So she was okay, okay. Yes, he should buy a house and put the house on trust for the daughter. That is a lawyer talking. For most of you who do not know, Lizzie is Liz. Liz is a lawyer, is an attorney, a solicitor in UK. Okay, and when you hear an attorney talk, you'll be able to. The Americans call them attorney. They call it solicitor in the UK. So Liz is a solicitor in UK. And that's what I said here. I will not pay 23 million on a rented apartment. That is crazy and makes no sense. I would rather buy the property on my daughter's name and put it on trust until she turns 21. If she turns 21 after finishing college, it becomes hers. That's my opinion. I would, if Davido were to be my brother, he will not pay that 23 million on rent. Nah. If you want to live a high fly lifestyle, celebrity lifestyle, then be ready to what? To afford the bill. Be ready to afford the bill. A word for the wise is quite sufficient. Mothers, let's be wise. Let's wise up concerning our children. Yeah, let's wise up. It's true. So if you have concern, let me know. If you have opinion regarding what we're talking about, share your opinion with me in the comment section. Are they using Sophia, Davido's ex, and also Mr. Korra Obidi, are they using their children as a meal ticket or as a bait? What do you think? Why can't these two people move on from their exes? Why? Sophia, the daughter, is 9 years old, and we are still talking about it. If you see the drama that played on before Davido accepted the child, a DNA test was done on all of the 9 yards. A man that never truly wanted to have anything, to do with you permanently, but to enjoy the services you can provide in the other room, and you stuck on with him. You hanged in there for what? For what exactly? You kept on going back and forth relationship and servicing him. A boy that's supposed to be your younger brother. No, no, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. Definitely, Davido is a far better human being than Justin. We can't even compare them. We can't. Sophia should move on. It's like Korra has moved on. Davido moved on. Sophia is still dragging Davido. And Mr. Korra Obidi is still dragging Korra. These two exes cannot move on. They should move on. They should move on. So, guys, it's been an interesting Saturday, noon time for me discussing with all of you. We started 2 hours ago, and I've been talking for this long. As always, like my live stream for me. You can't be here listening to me for this length of time without liking this live stream. Share and invite your friends. Tell your friends about Oyoyo's World. It's very important. And again, my membership is up. Click to join my membership and also become a member if you like what we do here, what we're doing here. I'm making out a post. I want my members to decide a topic they want us to discuss. Fridays, we can come up with a topic to just have a conversation on that topic. So I will make the post today and then make a poll. If you're a member, that's when you have the right to decide what topic we discuss on a Friday, certain Friday. It might be once a month. We all just come get together, relax on a very light conversation to empower each other, to encourage each other, to learn and unlearn and relearn. That is the whole essence, to create more awareness on how a woman should protect herself and dignify herself, and how we should also advocate for our female children and also stand up for what is right. Is always to speak up for what is right. When you see something that is not right, look it on the face and say, no, this one doesn't cut it. Like what Sophia is doing, being petty, dragging Davido back and forth, making all those comments she made on social media is not the way to go. If you have a personal problem, keep it out of social media. Sincerely, don't bring it here, because if you do, Oyoyo's World will have opinion. All right. What does Sophia do? I don't even know if they call her an entrepreneur. I don't know the kind of business she does. I can't lay my hands on any. Maybe she's doing something at the background that people don't know, but they call her a businesswoman. Businesswoman Sophia, I don't know what she does. So I can't even speak on that. I think a great topic in Nigerian women's rights in America and Europe. Nigerian women's rights in America and Europe. Let me take a picture of that. See, Liz, I wanted to talk about this girl that married a Nigerian American man. Let me snap the picture so I don't forget this topic. So Nigerian women rights in America and Europe. Yeah, it's a great topic for us to talk. I'm going to post that and maybe schedule that live stream. We can start this coming Friday to deliberate on that, because people need to know their right. Look at what happened to Korra. If Korra was well informed, a lot of things that happened to her wouldn't have happened. So we need to be well informed. If you come into a new country, find out what goes on in terms of law in that country, and also find out opportunities that are available for you. There are so many benefits, especially government agencies you need to know, and government websites. What you need to know, find out, is very beneficial. Thank you for suggesting that, Liz. I really appreciate that. We might be talking about it in our Friday conversation. It's been an amazing time with all of you here, and I'm going to be rounding up on today's conversation. If you're yet to like this live stream, like the live stream, join my membership to support what I'm doing here. And also, that gives you a more access and right to make suggestions in what we do here at Oyoyo's channel. Another thing I'm going to say here is I'm going to say my opinion and right. So we've been talking, and I'm asking this question: are these people using their children as bait? Mr. Korra Obidi, we have seen how he's been playing out with him on social media, how they share the daughter's pictures because people donated money, and how Madam Lolo was telling people to contribute on Patreon account because they are going to be sharing the children's pictures there. Are they using their children as a meal ticket, as a bait? And for Sophia, if Davido had been a poor man, the streets of Lagos wouldn't have heard about a thing about that. If Davido was an average man, a hustling dude, maybe you wouldn't have heard about it. But Davido is a name, is a brand. There is fame, money, and every other thing in between. That's why we are hearing a lot of things like this. And for my fellow woman, Sophia. Sophia is 37. She's a full-grown woman. Sophia, don't floor women like this next time. A man rejected you, rejected the pregnancy, and then you went back having on and off relationship with the guy. For what? He likes the thing in between your legs, but he doesn't like you enough to make you Mrs. To put you in his home. Let's do better. And if a relationship doesn't work out, you that is a woman, tell me you can be better off sometimes. You can. If it doesn't work out, try to figure yourself out and run your race solely. Because when you came to this world, you came alone. Unless if you're a twin. Even if you're a twin, they did not give birth to both of you at the same time. One will be few minutes earlier, the other one few minutes, late. So you came alone to this world, and when we are leaving this world, you're living alone. So there is no reason why you should, stick yourself to a certain man that is not willing to do what? To do forever with you. Any woman listening to my voice today, don't find yourself in such a predicament. If a man is not willing to do forever, move on and find peace doing that. Because you know what? You're worthy. You know what? You're beautiful. You know what? You are precious. And somebody who will value you, who will love you and appreciate you, will definitely find you someday. Don't let yourself don't make caricature of yourself. Don't. And don't belittle yourself because you want to be seen with that certain man. Don't. Don't put down your price as if you're a commodity. You're worthy. You're beautiful. Look at yourself in the mirror and tell yourself all the good things that the Lord said about you. He said he made you in his own image. I don't know what else to preach, ladies, but let's do better. Let's do better. Even if Sophia said she doesn't want to remarry, she doesn't want to ever get married, that is beautiful. Then focus on building you and forming a formidable relationship with your daughter. Because a time will come, they will go to college. And after college, what happens? They'll start looking for their own. Then the next thing, you become a grandma. So let's think about it and how you're going to heal permanently, move on peacefully, and start forging ahead for yourself. Anyways, thank you, Braids by Inner Hair Talk Show. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I dislike her when she mentioned the deceased son. I know that's beyond evil. I know, and it's not just that she mentioned it. The way they quoted it in that court affidavit is really very distasteful. It's nothing. It's not right. It's not right. Give me 1 second, guys. Sophia said she will never marry. It's fine if she has made up her mind not to marry. Let her concentrate building a formidable relationship, formidable force with her daughter, and then cherish the moment being single. To be honest with you, sometimes marriage is overrated. Honestly, sometimes some people are way off being single than being in a very traumatic, traumatic relationship. You're way off being single. And not everybody is meant to be wives. Whether we like it or not, some people will still remain single, some will be married, some will marry and come out of the marriage. That is life. So whatever, you know, the universe allowed to happen to you, embrace your new self and run with it and make yourself the happiest soul ever, not depending on any man to foot your bill, but rather find a way to take care of your responsibilities. All right, that's why I love May. She's a queen. May minds her business like no other. Look at May Doche, for example. Life threw her lemons. She made pure lemonade with it. And she doesn't talk anyhow on social media, unless if it's necessary. Is she now carrying her cross? She's running with her cross with so much grace that a lot of people are seeing her as a role model. When life throws you lemons, make lemonade, a juicy, fresh, sweet tasting lemonade with that. It is sad because she will always be known as Davido's side piece and her daughter will be bullied. She brought it on social media. If she has kept it quiet, at least the world will not be talking about it that much. But she brought it on social media, always talking about it on social media. It doesn't make sense to me. That's my piece. We should learn to appreciate ourselves. If universe allows certain things to happen to you, make do with what you have. Don't go dwelling forever. Don't go, dwelling forever. Make do with what universe has allowed to come your way. And guys, with that, I want to say special thank you to all of you for joining me today. And tomorrow we'll have another conversation. I don't do live streams on Sunday. I try to rest my whole Sunday. I don't have that energy. When I do, maybe, but catch up with me on Monday. Let's see what is going to play out on social media. Then we'll know the topic we are going to be discussing on Monday. Join me on Monday. If I have the strength, I might go live 3 times on Monday. If not, we'll limit it to 2. Join me on Monday for another conversation. Thank you for sharing your opinion with me. And if you're meeting me for the first time, my name still remains Oyoyo. Until I come your way next time, remember, if you're a woman out there listening to me, you're worth it. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. And stop disregarding yourself. Stop bringing yourself or making yourself so cheap. Stop. Don't make yourself so cheap because it doesn't worth it. Don't make yourself so cheap. Don't. Don't make yourself so cheap. If a man said he's no longer interested, forge ahead. Move on as though you never met such a human being in your life. Until I see you guys in my next one, do you have a coffee button? No, I don't. See, Liz, I'm still trying to figure out this coffee button thing. I will research about it to make sure it's not against the guidelines. If it's something I would do, I have to talk to myself if it's something I would do. I have what they have for YouTube, they have super thanks and super chat. That's what they have. So I want to make sure I'm not violating YouTube guideline or violating any guideline. I just don't want to put out links that I'm not sure what the guideline says. So I'm going to review that part of it and see what if it's something I would do or not. But there is what is this called? Super chat and super thanks on YouTube. Thank you immensely, all of you. I really appreciate all of you. Until I see you guys in my next live stream, if you're coming to replay this, leave me your opinion in the comment section. Thank you guys as always. God bless you guys and have a fantastic rest of your day and enjoy the weekend. Bye, everyone.